week we will be reviewing Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Star Wars story.
Star Wars story. So Andrew, what is a Rogue One?
A Rogue One? Well, Rogue One is a film based not that loosely, on the first sort of sentence of the crawl from Star Wars A New Hope, Episode 4. And it involves a team of rebels.
A ragtag team of
rebels stealing the Death Star plans.
Absolutely, to bring down the Empire in a different movie.
Yes.
So, overall, we've both seen the film twice now.
Yes.
Yeah, because we've got no lives. What did we think of the movie? What did you think of the movie?
The first time I saw it, I thought it was lovely. The second time I saw it, I thought it was lovely still.
Absolutely.
And now I'm starting to have second and third thoughts, and fourth thoughts and fifth thoughts, and it's all becoming a bit of a... I just think maybe it's not as good as I thought it was.
Heresy.
Well, what do you think?
Well,
I
same as you, came out of the cinema buzzing both times. Certain sequences just, you melt. That's your heart, doesn't it? And afterwards, okay, there's still a few problems, possibly with any Star Wars movie. There's always going to be bones of contention, but overall, I think it's one of the best in the franchise. I actually think it's better than Force Awakens.
A bold claim.
A bold claim. So, the film overall, as a Star Wars movie, what did you like? What didn't you like?
What I liked about it was mostly K2SO.
K2SO, the droid.
Played by Alan Tudyk. K2SO, very funny droid. Possibly my favourite droid in Star Wars.
Really?
I'm going to say yeah.
Bloody hell. Okay.
R2-D2's a little shit.
He's
C-3PO is annoying.
kind of...
K2SO has all the best lines.
He's C-3PO with an attitude,
I mean, he's Marvin the Paranoid Android, but
Absolutely.
I can forgive that because he looks cool and he's funny.
Yeah, okay.
So that was my high point, but my low points were, well, again in the theme of droids, an unnecessary cameo by R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Golden Tony.
In a film of many cameos that are sort of unnecessary,
Lots
but that was the most glaringly sort of obnoxious of all of them.
Yeah, that is the thing that we can talk about, I suppose, is the constant kind of nods and foreshadowing, if you like, kind of fan service of it.
Yes,
lots that we won't go into too much for fear of spoilers.
Yes.
But how did you feel about having so much kind of Star Wars presented to you in one handy little bundle?
Well, I love Star Wars, and so any Star Wars film I was always going to love because it's adding to the thing I love.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, that's the wonder of Rogue One, Force Awakens, even to an extent Rebels and Clone Wars. Regardless, it's more Star Wars.
Yeah.
And as a Star Wars fan...
that can only be good. Even if it's terrible, it's good.
Even the prequels,
yes.
As awful as they are, hold a special place in our hearts.
I mean, I've probably watched Attack of the Clones more than any other Star Wars film.
And I hate it, and I've done exactly the same. Like, I hate it with a passion, but I love it. It's masochistic. I have a masochistic relationship with Star Wars.
Yes. So, it might even be that it could be that Rogue One is actually dreadful and I haven't realised because I love Star Wars.
Just still off that high.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
But I don't think it is dreadful.
Yeah.
I think it's good, but I think it's not quite as good as I thought it was when I first saw it.
I think for me, Rogue One is probably the most technically enjoyable films. I mean that from the way that it's been created. It's married kind of the CGI of the prequels, but better, obviously, to the practical effects. Obviously, Force Awakens was heavy on practical effects because J.J. Abrams wanted to bring it back. What Rogue One's done, obviously because they've had a smaller budget, it's had to use a lot more CGI. Melding the two together has worked phenomenally. I mean, the space battles in the end, the battles of Scarif.
It is a visually beautiful film.
The best space battles in Star Wars, I would argue. Like, it's just incredible stuff. The X-Wings and the Y-Wings, I'm so excited, Saturdays, Star Wars!
And the U-Wings.
And the U-Wings, good addition to the franchise.
Yes.
But anyway, avoiding the far too Star Wars nerdy side of ourselves.
Yes, let's get back to the film.
Let's get back to the film. So talking about CGI, to ride this natural segue, is the inclusion of...
Spoilers.
Kind of a spoiler, but I think everyone knows by now, is the re-inclusion of...
And reincarnation.
The reincarnation
of Peter Cushing.
Of Peter Cushing's face as Grand Moff Tarkin, who was a minor-ish character in New Hope, and needed thematically to be in Rogue One. Some people have said it's brilliant. Personally, I think it's fantastic that they've included him. They've done it brilliantly, they've done it respectfully as well.
And with the full consent of his sort of...
Absolutely,
estate.
it's been done all above board. Whereas there are others who are saying...
Legal.
Well, yeah, exactly. But there are others who are now saying that it's kind of, the ethics of bringing an actor back from the dead, does it count as a performance if it's just a computer?
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
And especially it's given added potency since the death of Carrie Fisher.
Absolutely, yeah, that was the thing, because obviously, and also, spoiler-ish, the inclusion of a CGI Princess Leia, very shortly after sadly losing Carrie Fisher. Now everyone's going, please don't CGI her in episode 9, which they won't. Surely they won't.
Well, I've heard rumours they've already finished the...
Well, they finished 8, all
filming.
her bits
She
in
needed
8,
break.
but allegedly there were plans for her to be in 9.
I mean, I think all we can hope for is that she dies somehow in 8, but I don't want to hope for...
My little heart can't handle that, Andrew. I'll cry. Like, if I have to watch Carrie Fisher on screen die as well as knowing she's dead...
I mean...
Just think about that!
Harrison Ford lives on.
Yeah, well...
For
No, I
now.
love Harrison Ford, it's fine. We've got Indiana Jones, we love him.
I know.
So overall, as we know that the Star Wars franchise is going to be continuing, we've got Episode 8 coming out this year, 2017, which is going to be really interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what comes out in the next few months for that.
Mm-hmm.
But also we've got another standalone movie in 2018, which is the Young Han Solo movie. So now, having seen our first anthology film, what are your thoughts on having more of them?
Well, I'm actually as a Star Wars fan, I'm obviously excited for the more Star Wars that is coming and the years of more Star Wars that we have to look forward to. And I mean, Han Solo is an interesting character. His backstory should be interesting.
Always do with more Han Solo, that's for sure.
Alden Ehrenreich is a good actor.
Fantastic
as far as
in
I'm
Hail
aware,
Caesar.
Yes, Hail Caesar. He was excellent. So...
And we've got Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, as Lando Calrissian, which is going to be really good.
I mean, always nice to see more Lando Calrissian.
Absolutely, always nice to see more Donald Glover.
I'm less familiar with his work, but yes.
He's cool. He's a cool dude. And he's a rapper.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he's as cool as Lando Calrissian.
Hello, what have we here?
Overall, as a film, how do we think? Like, I know we were all very excited, and there's the corridor scene at the end.
The corridor scene.
Which I just...
Which Star Wars...
floored me, it was so good.
Star Wars weirdos like us are, pretty keen on this scene.
Yeah, and Vader as well. Vader was brilliant. Like, all of his on-screen stuff. I enjoyed it. I think the voice acting was a little off, but James Earl Jones is old now, man. Like, doesn't sound like he did in New Hope.
But it wasn't just the voice acting, it was the lines he delivered as well weren't classic.
I don't know, like, there's the line...
Not like...
Try not to choke on your aspirations, director. But that's really grown on me. I didn't like it at first, but now it's grown on me.
But it's not... No! Or what?
What?
Or...
So you mean you want him to have single syllable...
Or... You're part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor!
Take her away!
He has no evidence of wit at all, and then suddenly he's like, oh, I've got a pun! I've thought of a good one. Wait, Krennic, just stay there, I'll strangle you, and then it'll work fine.
Hang on, I rehearsed this in my room.
I actually really like you, but I have to do this or the joke doesn't make sense. You're way nicer to me than Tarkin, he's just a dick.
Don't tell him I said that.
Don't tell him I said that, he'll make me go.
He'll CGI me too, and you. So, in conclusion, overall I think it was a pretty bloody good film, actually.
I mean, it was good, it was an enjoyable film.
Don't get me wrong, it's got its issues.
There
It definitely has its issues. I think some of the fan service stuff, a little bit, maybe too much.
Heavy-handed, yeah.
Saw Gerrera, played by Forrest Whitaker, wasn't too much of a fan of him. I enjoyed kind of seeing a splinter group of rebels.
It was nice seeing the shades of sort of rebel opposition from the sort of political to the extreme.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like some people talking about, we just need to talk to the Senate about this, and
absolutely. And seeing
no, we need to be murdering stormtroopers.
It handles, I think, out of all of them, the rebel stuff, it handles the politics the best. Definitely.
Doesn't go into it too much.
Mon Mothma and the Rebel Alliance and talking about the Senate, I think works really well. And the rebel base with
It's
all the
gentle
rebels
with it,
is really nice. And yeah, really cool.
It was just nice to see Yavin 4 again.
It's just nice to see everything again, like
Yeah.
in a different, slightly different context, but working really, really nicely.
Remember Star Wars?
Remember Star Wars? Remember Yavin? Right, so go see Rogue One.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
you'll probably enjoy it.
It's good.
It's good.
Thanks very much for joining us on our inaugural video.
We're very grateful you gave it your time to watch.
Yeah, I know we're getting there. It'll be good. Just subscribe and like the video. Like us on Facebook or Atlas Film Reviews on there. Subscribe. That helps us out, and it means that you can see all our content as soon as it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is exciting.
We're funny people.
We're aiming to do a video a week. We're gonna push it. We're gonna do this, Andrew.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
We've literally made this promise on camera in front of you right now.
Yeah, which probably will. We're gonna be bigger than Jesus, bigger than PewDiePie.
We're gonna look like dicks if we don't do this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Click stuff if there's there, but there will be in the future. And subscribe. Hey!